Good morning, everybody. My name is Miss Watson, and I'm here to read you a story this morning. And I have to ask anybody, have you ever just had one of those mornings where you just want to crawl back into bed? I had one this morning. My hair wouldn't do right. I went to get in my car, opened my car door, and this happened. It has not been a very fun morning. In fact, it has been a horrible, terrible, very bad day. Hopefully, things get better, but for now, we're going to go ahead and read Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Written by Judith Vorst and illustrated by Ray Cruz. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So, do you really think that it's going to be a very bad day, or do you think that maybe Alexander can turn his day around? Let's find out. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. He does not look happy, does he? No, he doesn't. I think I'll move to Australia. Do you think moving to Australia is going to help Alexander? In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be carsick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. Why do you think Miss Dickens liked Paul's picture better than his invisible castle? Do you think maybe that Alexander is bringing this bad day on himself? How come? At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. Well, that's just horrible. Only the third best friend? Have you ever felt the way Alexander is feeling now? I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream cone part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were two cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? Who do you think's mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. There he goes with that Australia thing again. Is that going to fix his problem? What do you think might fix his problem? On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby, and oh my goodness, there he is in the mud. While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. Well, he just can't lose for winning, can he? I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but the shoe man said we're all sold out. They made me buy old plain white ones, but they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copy machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I may have called Australia. My dad said please don't come pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So at this point, can you tell me some of the things that have happened to Alexander today that are making him have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day? Do you think that Alexander could have played a better part in making his day better? What could he have done? What do you think is fixing to happen here? Is he fixing to have something else go wrong with him? It kind of looks like mom's yelling at him a little bit. Dad's looking at him pretty stern. He doesn't look too happy. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate llamas. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. Oh, look at that face he's making. Do you ever make that face when you don't like something? Oh, there he is in the bathtub. What do you think's going to happen now? My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. Do you ever have to wear something that you don't like? Does it make you have a horrible day? When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. So that was Alexander's very bad, horrible day. Do you, again, do you think that some things could have changed for Alexander if he'd maybe had a better attitude or not looked at things in such a bad light? What are some things that make you have a very bad day? Are they things that you could change? Or are they things that just happen and That's it. Okay, well, that was Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank you.